The object entering our solar system isn't natural. Scientists just confirm what they've been afraid to say out loud. 3I/Atlas displays geometric patterns, manufactured alloys, and it's making course corrections. It's heading toward Earth's orbit. And what astronomers discovered on its surface has left them speechless. This changes everything we thought we knew. Stay with me. Let me take you back to the beginning because context is absolutely crucial here. When Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar object, streaked through our solar system back in 2017, it caused an absolute sensation in the astronomical community. Its unusual elongated shape, its unexpected acceleration as it left the inner solar system, the way it tumbled through space, all of these characteristics sparked intense debate and wild speculation. Some scientists proposed it was a chunk of frozen nitrogen. Others suggested it might be a fragment of a shattered planet. And yes, a few even speculated it could be artificial, perhaps a probe from an alien civilization. Then came Borisov in 2019, our second confirmed interstellar visitor. This one behaved much more like what we expected from a comet, outgassing as it approached the sun, displaying a visible tail following predictable trajectories. Astronomers breathed a collective sigh of relief. Maybe Oumuamua was just an anomaly, a one-off oddity in an otherwise comprehensible universe. But they were wrong. They were so very wrong. Enter 3I/Atlas, discovered just months ago by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, which is where the Atlas designation comes from. At first, it seemed like it would be another routine interstellar visitor. Astronomers plotted its trajectory, confirmed its hyperbolic orbit indicating it originated from outside our solar system, and prepared their instruments to study it as it passed through. Standard procedure. Nothing to get overly excited about. Or so they thought. But then the observations started coming in, and things got weird very quickly. The spectroscopic data, the analysis of light reflecting off the object's surface, showed something completely unexpected. The composition wasn't matching anything we've seen before. Not in our solar system, not in Oumuamua, not in Borisov, nothing. The chemical signatures were off, displaying elements and compounds in ratios that shouldn't exist naturally according to our current understanding of planetary formation and stellar evolution. Dr. Sarah Chen from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics was one of the first to notice the anomalies. She ran the data through multiple analysis programs, checked and rechecked her instruments, consulted with colleagues around the world. Everyone kept coming to the same disturbing conclusion. The surface composition of 3I/Atlas suggests it was manufactured. Not formed naturally through accretion in a protoplanetary disk, not shaped by billions of years of cosmic evolution, but deliberately constructed. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds like science fiction. This sounds like someone's overactive imagination running wild. But hear me out, because the evidence is compelling and deeply unsettling. The spectral lines show an alloy, a metallic compound that doesn't occur naturally. It's a combination of elements that would require intentional mixing, precise temperature control, and sophisticated metallurgical processes. On Earth we can create such alloys in laboratories and factories, but finding them on a naturally occurring space object is like finding a smartphone embedded in a billion-year-old rock formation. It simply doesn't make sense unless something or someone made it. But it gets more disturbing. The shape of 3I/Atlas is wrong. High-resolution imaging from the James Webb Space Telescope, which has been tracking the object intensively for the past several weeks, reveals geometric patterns on its surface. We're not talking about vague shapes that kind of look regular if you squint at them. We're talking about precise angles, repeated structures, what appears to be paneling or modular construction. One section of the object displays what can only be described as a grid pattern with tolerances that would be impressive even by modern engineering standards. And then there's the movement. Oh, the movement is what's really keeping scientists up at night. 3I/Atlas is not behaving like a passive object being pulled by gravity. It's making course corrections, subtle ones, barely detectable, but they're there. Every few days it adjusts its trajectory by minute amounts. There's no outgassing that would explain these changes, no jets of vapor pushing it off course like we see with comets. The adjustments appear deliberate, controlled, almost as if something is steering it. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez from the European Space Agency spent weeks trying to find a natural explanation. He proposed that maybe there's some kind of exotic ice that sublimates in a way we don't understand, creating thrust without visible outgassing. He suggested perhaps there's an internal heat source, radioactive decay maybe, causing asymmetric thermal emissions. But none of his models match the observed behavior. The trajectory corrections are too precise, too regular, too purposeful. The scientific community is in absolute turmoil right now. There are emergency sessions being convened, classified briefings being held with government officials, and a media blackout that's barely holding. The few scientists willing to speak on the record are choosing their words very carefully. They talk about unprecedented observations, unexpected phenomena, the need for further study. But off the record, in private conversations, the word being whispered is probe. An artificial object sent from another star system, now passing through ours. But here's where it gets even more chilling. The trajectory of 3I/Atlas is taking it toward the inner solar system. It's not just passing through and leaving like Oumuamua and Borisov did. It's heading inward, toward Earth's orbital path. Now, before panic sets in, let me be clear. It's not on a collision course. It's not going to impact our planet. But it will pass within the orbit of Mars, closer than any previous interstellar object has come to the inner planets. And this is where the real questions begin. Why is it coming closer? Is this intentional? If this object is indeed artificial, if it is some kind of probe from another civilization, what is it doing? Is it observing us? Is it collecting data? Has it been transmitting information back to wherever it came from? These aren't questions from conspiracy theorists or science fiction writers. These are questions being seriously discussed by leading astronomers and astrophysicists. Radio telescopes around the world have been pointed at 3I/Atlas, listening for any kind of signal, any indication of artificial transmissions. So far, there's been nothing detected, at least nothing that's been publicly disclosed. But the silence might be even more disturbing than a signal would be. An advanced civilization capable of sending probes across interstellar distances would likely use communication methods far beyond our ability to detect or understand. We might be looking right at a message and not even recognize it as such. The implications of this discovery are staggering. If 3I/Atlas is confirmed to be artificial, it would be the most significant discovery in human history. It would definitively answer the question of whether we're alone in the universe. We're not. There are others out there, others capable of technology advanced enough to cross the vast gulfs between stars. Others who, for whatever reason, have sent something to our solar system. But confirmation is tricky. The scientific method requires extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims. And the evidence, while compelling, isn't yet conclusive enough for most scientists to make a definitive statement. There are still those arguing for exotic natural explanations, unusual astrophysical processes we haven't encountered before. The debate is fierce and getting more heated by the day. What makes this even more complex is the political dimension. Governments are getting involved, space agencies are coordinating, and there are discussions about whether and how to make this information public. There's concern about causing panic, about the societal implications, about how humanity would react to confirmed evidence of extraterrestrial technology. These aren't trivial concerns. The discovery that we're being observed by an alien probe could fundamentally reshape human civilization, our religions, our philosophies, our sense of place in the cosmos. Meanwhile, 3I/Atlas continues its journey inward. It will reach its closest approach to Earth's orbit in approximately 8 months. Plans are already being drawn up for closer observation, possibly even a mission to intercept it. Though the technical challenges of reaching an object moving at tens of kilometers per second relative to Earth are immense. NASA and other space agencies are exploring options, running simulations, calculating trajectories. The window of opportunity is narrow. Some scientists are urging caution. If this is indeed an artificial object from another civilization, approaching it might be interpreted as hostile. We have no idea what protocols or systems it might have, what its purpose is, what instructions it was given. Others argue that we must investigate, that this opportunity is too valuable to pass up, that we may never get another chance like this in our lifetimes or perhaps in human history. The amateur astronomy community has become intensely focused on 3I/Atlas. Thousands of telescopes around the world are tracking it, photographing it, sharing data online. The collaborative effort has been remarkable, with discoveries being made by backyard astronomers that complement the work of major observatories. This has become a global obsession, a mystery that transcends borders and brings together people from every corner of our planet.